everybody. Welcome to 2019 and season 3 of my YouTube channel. I figure every year will just be a new season. Anyway, it is January 8th. Yes, it is January 8th today. It is dreary and gloomy, but I'm getting ready to head out for a walk because today is the last day. Will be somewhat warm enough to take a walk for like the next 3 or 4 days. Because we are going to hit some very cold temperatures starting tomorrow. So today I'm like, okay, I don't really have anything in the house I really want to eat. So I'm using that as my excuse to go down to Family Fare and see if they have my chicken pasty and get one of those and just have some comfort food. Because I'm just getting over being sick. I got sick the Saturday before Christmas. If you guys watched my Stormtrooper video and my year in review, you might have caught on that I was fighting something. My mom took me to the doctors the day after Christmas, the 26th, and I had the start of that upper respiratory infection that has been making the rounds in the area. So that was not fun. Luckily, I was blessed and it was not that bad. My lungs were still clear. They were just starting to like get it, but luckily they caught it. They couldn't give me any medicine, but I was taking medicine already, so I was able to bounce back relatively quickly. I'm just now fully 100% feeling better. Sadly, my brother then caught it, and then my mom caught it, and my mom is just like, it knocked her for a loop, and it has turned into a really bad sinus infection. So my mom has kind of gotten thrown for a loop, and yes, that is Al Jazeera behind me. I don't have cable anymore, so that is my news network, and I do like it. So it's like, seriously not good. My mom has kind of started out the new year on a not so great note. My mom has had health issues for the past few years. A couple of years ago, she actually had emergency surgery. She had to have her gallbladder removed, and they were going to do that in the new year, and well, she actually had to have it done right before Christmas. So my mom has been having some health issues. She, after her surgery, she developed a MRSA staph, like a staph infection in her incision. They discovered she's allergic to latex. My mom is now on food restrictions. She's supposed to be on food restrictions. She is, has to be gluten-free. And then she has a list of I want to say almost 40 foods she cannot have. And they include any fruit or vegetable that has seeds. So my mom is has this very strict food restriction. And then her right shoulder has been bothering her for years. Well, come to find out, she needs surgery on the shoulder. However, recovery time is 4 to 6 months. My mom does not want to take that time off. So she's just been battling it and trying to make it through. Well, she had to go to the hospital a few weeks ago because it got really bad. And they said, oh, you have to go see a physical therapist, and it is not a question of if you need surgery. It's not a question of when you will need surgery, because if she doesn't get this surgery and get it worked, she's losing that arm. So she's losing mobility. So, yay! My mom is probably going to have surgery at some point again. So, getting this sinus infection has not been great for her because she has just been, it seems like every year something new comes up with her health insurance. So she's trying to figure it out. Just she's trying to figure it out because she needs to go get her eyes checked every year. She has, her eyes progressively get worse, so she needs to get her eyes checked every single year, and some years she can't. So I do make the joke, it's funny, because we go to the eye doctor at Walmart, so my mom, my brother, and I all see the same eye doctor, and I actually have to go get my eyes checked this year. And this woman is so funny because she scolds us. She's not afraid to yell at us. When I went and got my eyes checked the last time, I said, I don't know if it's because my eyes were slightly getting worse, or I wasn't wearing my glasses, or where I was sitting, but I noticed when I went to go see The Last Jedi, and they were doing the title, they were doing a little title scroll-up thing, I noticed that the edges of it were blurry, and that never happened to me before. And I told her, I don't know if it was because I wasn't wearing my glasses, and I was sitting at this angle that I had never really sat at before, or my eyes are getting worse. And she thinks it was because I wasn't wearing my glasses and I was sitting at this weird angle. So my eyes were you guys can go back and watch it. I think the title of the video is My Left Eye is Weak. my vision was kind of plateauing at that point. It's just that my left eye is a little bit weaker, so she tweaked it, but I have to go get my eyes checked this year anyway. Just because. My brother, I think, has a similar eye problem to my mom's, but he's okay. So, yeah, so it's been really weird. In terms, my job is doing okay. You guys know I went back to work at Staples, where my brother also works. But I asked for Christmas Eve off, and they gave me Christmas Eve off, and I think I talked about this. I ended up getting like 6 days off for Christmas. And I came back and I worked the 26th and the 27th, and I didn't go back till January 3rd. Well, I went back January 3rd, and after January 3rd, I did not work again until yesterday. And after yesterday, this is actually my first of 7 days off. So I don't go back to work till next Tuesday, and I work next Tuesday and Wednesday for 4 hours each. So for the month of January, I'm only working 16 hours. So I'm taking that as a sign. I wasn't particularly thrilled to go back to Staples. So I'm actually starting to think about looking for other jobs. And I know you guys are probably going to think I'm crazy, especially if you watched the video where I talked about coming home from Mackinac Island and how I was really devastated and stuff like that, and how I was not planning on going back. I am horribly indecisive, and I'm actually thinking of applying for at least one job up there. There's a small fudge factory called Maze, fudge shop called Maze. I am thinking about working at up there if they hire seasonal workers. And that's simply because I miss being up north a ton. I love it up there. I feel like I am more freer up there. I'm more able to be myself and everything like that, whereas down here I don't really feel like I can fully let myself be who I am. And up north, it's down here in Midland, like in from here south in many areas, it's kind of very formal, and because everything's really industrialized, so everything's like business based, so it's like very kind of formal or semi-formal, and I don't do good with that. I'm a wild child most of the time. So I really liked being in Marquette, being on Mackinac Island, being in that northern part of the state, because it's all more wild and casual, and I feel more free up there, so I really miss it up there. So I am thinking about doing that. Granted, there are going to be a ton of stuff I'm going to miss. If I do this, I will probably miss Star Wars night. I probably won't go to Michigan's Adventure. Like, after last summer, I had actually made a list of things to do this summer, and they include going to Star Wars night again, going to Michigan's Adventure, which I didn't do last year, which is my favorite places to go in the state, because it's our only amusement park, and I love it. So there's a lot of stuff I'll miss if I leave. So it's hard. So it's a very hard decision. So like I said, I'm only thinking about applying to one place. And if I get a negative, then I'm just going to refocus all my efforts on getting a job down here. I'm thinking about trying to get into a financial institution or something like that, simply to get away from retail. All my jobs, except for one, have been retail-based. And I just kind of want to take a break from retail for a while and try something new. So I am going to finish getting ready because it is almost noon. I actually slept in today since I didn't set my alarm. I didn't get up till almost 9 o'clock. So I had somewhat late start today, which is okay. I still got my 10-minute yoga workout in, which is great. Because I made a list of goals, and one of my goals is to lose at least another 10 pounds this year. I lost 16 pounds last year, so that was huge news for me, getting weighed and being told, between my physical last January and getting checked out at urgent care on the 26th because I was sick, I discovered I had lost 16 pounds last year. I went from 220 to 204. That is insane. So I have a little bit of leeway to gain a few pounds back and not totally ruin everything, simply because it's winter and I'm not that much active during winter. So that's why I set my goal to being 10 pounds, because I don't have my bike anymore. My bike is at my dad's. So basically all I'm doing is walking to and from family fair, walking to work, sometimes walking to Walmart. And when it's getting too cold, I do have kickboxing workouts. So my goal is to lose another 10 pounds. And my end goal is I'm supposed to be 130, but but my aim is to be 150, 140, 150, because I honestly don't think I will be able to get to 130 pounds ever. So my goal is just to get to 100, between 140 and 150. So like 145 would be happy for me. But that does mean I have to go through probably this week at some point, since I have this big gap, and go through all my clothes and get rid of a ton of my clothes, because I am now wearing 2 and 3X's in juniors. That is not something I have done since I was a freshman in high school. When I was younger, we lived out in the country, more active, moved into the city when I was 16, and then I slowly just became more sedentary. And by the time I started junior high at 14, when I started 9th grade, I wore about a 2X shirt, so 2X shirt and 20 jeans at 14, because I've always been a junkster. And that was what I wore when I was a freshman. I left high school as a senior wearing 3 and 4X t-shirts. So I went from being somewhat reasonably sized to being a monster, not a monkey, a monster, a gigantic fat monster. So I am now back to where I was when I started, when I was a freshman and sophomore in high school, which is kind of insane. So, but it fits because people still think I'm in late high school or early college. So I'm going to get ready to go, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi guys, it is Thursday afternoon, and I have some news. First off, I want to thank everybody who watched my reaction to the mid-season trailer for Star Wars Resistance. Wow, the light's really bad in here. Sorry. I want to thank everybody who watched that. I cannot believe, last time I checked, it was over 80 views. I'm the kind of person who I'm thrilled when my video gets like 5 views. Because that's usually on average how many views my video get. So I am so excited that I got my tablet to look it up. I'm trying to do this one-handed and it is not going very well. History, my videos. Why did it not take... Seriously? I hit my videos and it took me some... There we go. It took me something I did not want to be taken to. Hey. So, I have currently 84 views, 5 thumbs ups, and like 6 comments, but one of those is mine. So, thank you to Senator Confer and Chicago critic Gerald for your comments, and for those of you who liked the video and watched my video, thank you so much. I did tell Chicago critics that I wonder if we will get Snoke in this series. I said it would be interesting if we did, because I kind of view Snoke as this puppet master, and I don't think anything happened in the First Order without his know-how. So it'd be really interesting to see if he was involved in this in some way with the Colossus. And I also point out, if you've watched it, you know I point out the interesting thing. And Senator Converse said something that I thought I knew, but I think I forgot, in that Dave Filoni worked on Avatar: The Last Airbender. He directed several episodes in book 1 of the show. I told my brother that. My brother knew. My brother also thinks he did some stuff with The Legend of Korra, which is kind of the sequel series to The Last Airbender, which I loved The Last Airbender. I still think it's cool. I still have to watch The Legend of Korra, though. So thank you guys for watching the video. It's 2019. Some of the things I forgot to mention when I was talking about all this stuff is, of course, what else? Mandalorian and Clone Wars. We don't have that much information. That's why I didn't mention them yet. The only thing we have is that Clone Wars is slated to be released sometime this fall. So that's really anything we know. But like I said, it's 2019. This is a big year for Star Wars fans. I'm trying to make this my best year ever. I love this vlog. This channel on YouTube called the Hayes Family Vlog, and they always end it by saying, make today your best day ever. So I'm kind of making that my goal, is make this year my best year ever. And I've talked about this earlier, talked about when I'm trying to get more in shape and stuff like that. So I have some stuff coming up that's going to be trying to reinvent myself and making myself more positive about my body, who I am as a person, my personality, For instance, my birthday is in like 4 to 5 weeks, so I already scheduled what I'm treating myself to for my birthday. I'm doing full highlights and getting a haircut. And I have never had full highlights done. I've only ever had partial highlights, and the number of partial highlights differs, I think, from salon to salon. And one time I went and I got so many highlights, it looked like I just dyed my hair blonde. So I want to see what I look like with full highlights. So I'm getting the full highlight treatment done, treating myself for my birthday, giving myself a mini makeover, something I haven't done in a while. And the next couple weeks to get myself out of the mindset thinking that I am still this fat girl, I am going to go through my wardrobe, through every single ounce of clothing I have, and get rid of a lot of it. I really shouldn't, but that's what I'm planning to do. It will make my mom happy because my mom is losing weight too, so she can now fit into my shirts. So last time I did this, I was taking out like a bunch of my like Sunday shirts and stuff like that. She was grabbing them, going, "Oh, I can wear these." So my mom is happy because she does not like to spend money on herself, which makes me sad. So she is very happy because I am getting rid of shirts that no longer fit me, but they're too big for me, but they fit her. So she actually is very happy because I got rid of some of my favorite shirts that she loved. So she has like my favorite purple tunic, my favorite pink plaid shirt. She's so happy. It is weird, but one of my favorite things is plaid. So, so that's what I'm doing. I'm doing an overhaul of my clothing. And part of my refund check when I do my taxes, when I get it, if I get the check, is actually going to be put towards adding new clothes to my wardrobe, stuff like that. Maybe getting that Rex jacket again, trying to get it. So I know my bangs look awful. So, but today I took another step. I'm so excited to be doing this. It is something I have never in a million years thought I was going to do. I signed up today. I registered it, and I'm starting tomorrow. You are looking at a participant in the 2019 Star Wars Virtual Half Marathon. This is my bib. I don't know why I get a bib because we had to print them off, but I have a bib and it's going to look really cool in my room. So, yeah, I signed up to do a virtual half marathon. This is something I would never in a million years do. Before I lost all this weight. I hated running. I hated stuff like that. And I wanted to, and last year I'm like, you know what, I lost enough weight. I want to try doing a 5K or something like this. And they do like 5K run walks on Mackinac Island. However, they are super expensive. I was actually shocked. When I went to look into registering for one, it was like almost $100. I'm like, holy cow, I'm not going to pay that much money. And of course, you have to have like a certain time and stuff like that. I'm like, I have not done anything like this. So I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that. And last year, which is what got me thinking about this, I discovered Run Disney, which is the part of Disney that does all their marathons and 5Ks and half marathons at the Disney parks. I don't know if last year was the first year they started doing it, but they do a Star Wars virtual half marathon. And it's virtual marathons and half marathons, if you haven't heard of them, are actually a really cool option for people who want to do marathons and half marathons, but kind of have, like me, aren't really runners, don't have like really great pacing time and stuff like that. So there's now this thing called virtual half marathons and marathons, where you sign up to do a marathon, half marathon, or a race, and you do it within this time frame, and it's a very large time frame, usually, and you do it at your own pace. So you can walk, you can run, some of these you can bike. And you just keep track of your time, and when you're done, you submit your time, you get a medal, you get a certificate in most instances. So it's like you do a marathon, but you do it at your own pace, at your own speed within a designated time frame. So Run Disney did this, and I learned about it last year. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to do it. But I didn't have the money to at the time because I was unemployed. And the Star Wars Virtual Half Marathon usually takes place relatively early in the year. For instance, this marathon registration for the 2019 one started back in August, and you can register for this up until March 30th. So if you want to do this virtual marathon, if you're looking into it, you can register for it between now and March 30th. And then the race officially started, your time to officially complete this race started on January 3rd, And the last day you can do this, like submit your times, is March 31st. So that's a huge amount of time. That's almost like 3 full months that you have to do this half marathon, which is 13.1 miles at your own pace. You can walk it, you can run it, you can skip it. So you have until March 31st to do this. That's a gigantic window of time to do this thing, this half marathon. That is a huge amount of time. And so I'm sitting here, I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know what? 13.1 miles. I take that, I divide it by 7. That's about like 6.5 days. So my thing is I went and I sat down and I mapped out places that are a mile away from where I live. So like Joann's Fabric is a mile away. There's a church that's a mile away that way. So that's 1 mile, and then back is 2 miles. And I've talked about this, how I try to do at least a mile, 2 miles every day when I'm not working and the weather's nice. So that's what I've been doing. I'm like, you know what? This could be easy for me because I'm already doing, on some of my days off, 2 miles a day, maybe a little bit more. So I sat down there, figured out this plan. So for 6 days, I'm going to time myself going back and forth to Joann's Fabric or the church. That's 2 miles. And on the 7th day, I will time myself doing it one way and then about halfway back to get the 1.1. So 7 days. 7 days. And I will have completed the race. All I have to do is time myself. Thankfully, this has a stopwatch on it, and my MP3 player, my old phone that I use as a music player, has a stopwatch on it. So I can time them, come home, write down my times for the day. I found this place where I can add together my time and at the end submit my time. Have run into a slight problem with that. Since this is the first time I've ever done a virtual marathon, I decided to explore the Went and Run Disney site a little bit because you're supposed to have a place where you can go submit your times and stuff. And I haven't been able to find that place where I submit my time. But I'm not going to think too much of it. I still have like 7 days. It might be one of those things because the race officially started on the 3rd. They don't have it up yet. And you do, before you go, okay, there's a cost to this. Yes, there's a cost. It's Disney. Usually with something Disney, there's always going to be a cost. The virtual half marathon is $59. So just to register is going to be $59. And I took notes because I know people are going to ask if they watch this and are curious. So it's $59, but then there's a processing fee. And I think that's simply because of the medals. Even if you do the virtual half marathon for Disney, you get a downloadable race bib, which you can print out, which I print out. Your finisher certificate is something that's downloadable that you print out. And then the medal is sent to you, I think, like 30 days after the end of the race. So because of that, there is a processing fee. It was like 6.6. So the processing fee was $3.89. Put that all together, my total cost was $62.89, which, when you think about it, isn't that bad because it's a virtual race. I looked at the other Star Wars races. They have the Star Wars Rival Weekend where they have all these Star Wars races. The next cheapest race is the 5K at Disney World, and that is $85, and that does not include the processing fee or your tickets to the park, because you have to pay to like get into the park, to do all this stuff. So just to do one at the park is going to be like almost double, pretty much double what I paid to do the virtual half marathon, which is my own time, my own speed. If you do one in the park, you have to have like keep a certain pacing, stuff like that. So it's really actually not that expensive. And like I said, I was looking at a 5K on Mackinac Island. Those are about between $100 and $200. No. So I'm doing the virtual race. I am super excited. This is like the first, like I said, this is the first ever like half marathon type thing I have ever done. But because I am so used to doing 2 miles a day, this is something that should be easy for me. I'm going to start doing them tomorrow. And I will log the first 3 days will be tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. I will log 6 miles those 3 days. And then I work, Monday. So I will do it tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's 4 days. So that's the first 8 miles. I work Tuesday and Wednesday. So those days I won't do anything with it. Because this is literally something I can fit around my schedule. So like if I want to like skip one of the days, I have this all planned out. So, like, if I was working more hours, this is something I could fit in around my work schedule. You know, I could, like, go to the gym and do this. So since I work Tuesday and Wednesday, I won't walk those days, but then I will do, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I will finish. So I have 7 days. So you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's the 7 days I need to complete this 13.1 miles. Thankfully, the weather is supposed to be kind of nice all 7 days. Not that it matters because I'm still going to do it. So like I said, if the weather's really bad, crappy, whatever, I can take that day off and do it another day because I have until the 31st. I just have to remember to write down my times and put them all together. So that is why I think this virtual stuff is actually kind of neat because it gives you an ability to do this, but on your schedule. My mom told me when I told her I was thinking about signing up for this, my cousin Heather, who married my cousin Jake, she and he are very active people. They are insanely active. They have done marathons and stuff. She actually does virtual marathons now all the time. So this is something my cousin Heather does a lot of, and she actually really enjoys it. So I'm excited to see where this goes. Hopefully I can figure out what the heck is going on with the finisher time and stuff like that. So I'm excited. Like I said, I'm going to start tomorrow. And to give you guys a clue, I have no tennis shoes. My mom's offered to let me wear her pink shoes. But I'm thinking I actually have a pair. Since it is a Star Wars run, I have a pair of Darth Vader high tops. So maybe I might be doing this in Darth Vader high tops, which would be awesome. And it would fit because when I was on Mackinac Island the day my dad came up, I did the 8.2, the 185, the 8.2 miles, the highway that goes around the island. I did that. I got up there and I said, I took up one of my Star Wars skirts, the one with the strips on it. I said, I'm going to bike all around the island in a Star Wars skirt. I'm going to do the highway in a Star Wars skirt. And I did, and it was kind of awesome. So I'm thinking maybe I will do this in my Darth Vader high tops. So that is going to be tomorrow. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit tomorrow, kind of wrap it up. Like I said, this is a slow week. This is kind of the slow period right now in Michigan. It's wintry. It's cold. We are in the middle of a kind of cold snap. It's not supposed to start warming up till tomorrow. I know it doesn't look at it. It looks like spring. But it is like the wind chill is in like the teens and single digits, which is kind of why I haven't told my mom I'm starting this thing tomorrow. So that is some good news. So if you guys want to check out the Star Wars virtual half marathon from Run Disney, just go to rundisney.com. They'll have a list of events. Go down, click that, go down to virtual races, and it will have that. If you're really interested, they also do virtual races for shorts that are like 5K and stuff. So you guys stay safe and stay sane, and I will talk to you later. And thank you once again for watching my Star Wars Resistance reaction. So, oh my gosh, I'm so excited and I can't think straight. I'm going to go cut that out and put it on my wall. Bye, guys. Good afternoon, everybody. It's Friday! Yeah, it's Friday. It's like no different for me. It's just another day off of work. So anyway, this will be it for the week, guys, simply because I know you're probably getting tired of seeing me in my room, and this is what you're going to see a lot of until it warms up or until I start actually doing stuff. So, today, good news is it's payday. Bad news, my check was only $33, but I might do. I will save up money. Especially since I do have some stuff coming up, like my birthday. I'm so excited. I can't believe I'm going to be 31. And I've talked about this earlier. I'm in better shape now, close to 31, than I was when I started high school. So that is interesting. But other good news today is I officially started the marathon, the half marathon. I still don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do the half marathon, get all the times and stuff, and then try to submit them to the website to get my finisher certificate. I kind of wish I had done better. I know, it's gloomy outside. It actually looks a lot nicer outside when I went my first 2 miles than it does now. It was actually warmer too, or maybe it was warmer because I hoofed it. One of the reasons I have never really done marathons or anything like this before is simply because of ankle issues. I have not been the nicest person to my ankles and my legs in general. I have done a lot of damage to them, mostly because I was in gymnastics, so I don't actually have Well, I don't. The thing is my mom said one time she doesn't think I have very strong ankles because it always seemed like I twisted them or sprained them really easily. So I don't have like the strongest ankles in the planet. So I've never been really much of a runner. And on top of that, I've always been fat. So fat people don't normally have much luck running. So it's something I'm trying to work myself to. Also, the problem is that when I go do this, I usually do this and nobody's here. And even if somebody was here, I'd still take my house keys with me, my cell phone, and my wallet. Well, I don't have any place to put that when I'm running. So today I actually wore my Hello Kitty crossbody bag, which is this thing my mom bought me. So I wore that. So I don't really have my only other option is my velvet backpack, which I don't think would look good jogging down the street. But then I have these. I have a couple of these like rucksack type bags. It's like the little string backpacks. I always think of them like a rucksacks. I have a couple of those. I might use those and just keep whatever phone I am tracking my time on in my pouch and my hoodie pocket. So maybe I can start jogging or running. I'm just really embarrassed. So anyway, I did my first 2 miles today where I literally just walked down to our local Joann's and back. That's all I did. Did I log in? No, I did not. My computer is set up because I'm getting ready to write and work on my fan fiction for today. So I did that. I went back, and my time ended up being 36 minutes and 12.18 seconds for 2 miles. Which one of my friend Erin, said that's actually not that bad. So I guess it's not bad. It's just not really good time. So, but the thing is about virtual marathon is you do it at your own pace. So if you're not like a super athletic runner or anything like that, you can take it slow and easy. My mom's like, why are you doing this now and trying to rush and get it over with? I have like this 3-month period to do it in. Partly because it goes back to my $33 paycheck. I want to start job hunting, but the thing is I signed up for this as a way to kickstart my new year. When I realized they were doing it again, I'm like, I really want to do this, kickstart my new year, really kind of kickstart this idea that I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to stick to it. So really do this virtual half marathon as a way to kickstart my year and get excited, get really enthusiastic about weight loss, about fitness, and just try to live up to making this the best year ever for me, health-wise and financially and personally and mentally and spiritually and all that stuff. And so that's what I'm doing is just to get this kicked off and also get my frustrations out because I always love rocking and listening to music, and it just seems like it's just one of the good ways I get my frustrations out of the world. Curse you, government shutdown! Curse you, paycheck! So I just need some way to get my frustrations out, and walking and biking has always been a great way for me to do that. Now add on writing and playing Sotar. Also, if I want to get this out of the way, just so that I can get it done, and I feel like once it's done and out of the way, I can relax, and then I can really focus on job hunting. I'm still up in the air about whether or not I'm going to try looking for a job on Mackinac Island. I miss the island insanely crazy. I miss it so much up there. But the thing is, and I did get decent pay up there, much more decent than what I'm getting now. And I miss it up there so much. I miss the lack of traffic. I miss the lack of noise. I miss the fresh air, even though I'm allergic to almost everything on the island that is outdoors, like the plants and the trees and the lilacs. I just miss it. But if I go up there, I'm missing everything I had planned to do this summer while I was down here because I knew that going up there, I sacrificed stuff I was going to do down here. Like last summer, I knew I was not going to go to Star Wars night. That was probably the biggest thing I was regretting. I was not going to go to Michigan's Adventure. My dad decided to go this year, which is like one of my favorite places to go in the state. I knew that if my mom wanted to go to like a zoo or someplace, I was going to miss that. So I knew there was a lot of stuff I was going to miss out on by being on the island. And granted, I came home in July, so I got to go do like Star Wars night and stuff. So I know that I'm going to miss that stuff if I go up to the island. Also, going up to the island means that, well, I would probably be working more hours, making more money. I'd also be spending more money. Living on Mackinac Island is insanely expensive. Okay, break it down for you. Just living up north, pretty much anywhere north of here, it gets more and more expensive to live. because you're going further north and you're getting away from like the more industrialized areas, and it's harder to get goods and services. It wasn't that bad in Marquette because we got stuff coming in from Wisconsin and Michigan, so we were good. But like the further north you go, the more expensive everything is. And when you get on the island, it's like double, sometimes almost triple that, because everything comes in by boat or by air. So it's like insanely expensive up there, even if you're making good money. So I have to think about that. I really have to think about, do I want to sacrifice? Because when I came home last summer, I said, okay, next summer I'm not going to go up to Mackinac Island. So I'm making a list of things I want to do. I want to go to Mackinac. I want to go to Michigan's Adventure. I want to do Star Wars Night again. If I go up to Mackinac Island, it'd probably be for a day or two. I just want to have a summer. But then, like I said, I insanely miss it up there because I feel like it's much more open. It's much more freer. So I really have this hard choice. And my thing is I miss Mackinac Island, but maybe what I should do is, instead of going back up there this year, is get my life around, get everything sorted out, and get myself back into my good headspace where I was. Like, I have never really been in a good headspace. But in the past few years, I've been in a worse headspace than I have been before. So I'm trying to get myself back into where I was and then into an even better headspace. What you see now is not the girl who started vlogging. Like, this would not even have been, I would not have been this calm. So I just need to get into a better headspace, I think, before attempting another summer out there. And like I said, I'm going to be 31. I'm 30, and I really have to try to, and I still feel like I'm a teenager. I still have no clue what I'm doing in life. And so I think maybe this is the time I should be taking it and examining it and seeing what I really want to do. I know I want to write, but it's going to be next to impossible for me to actually break into a writing field as an author, as something like that. So I need to find something else that I really want to do. So it's like, this is the year where I'm trying to figure out my life and trying to put it all together. So maybe this is not the summer for me to think about going back up to Mackinac Island. Maybe this is the summer where I take a break from Mackinac Island and just stay here and do the stuff I want to do, go to Michigan's Adventure, go to Star Wars Night, go to Dow Gardens, do all the stuff I want to do down here, and just focus on getting my life back to, and getting a life in order and all this other stuff. So I still am majorly thinking about applying to one place up there, asking if they take out seasonal help. But for the most part, I think I'm like 90% sure at this point that I'm just going to stay down here for the summer. It's not like super cool, super nice for me, but it is what it is. And at this point, I'm like, I have to start becoming an adult. Ignore the Star Wars stuff on my room. I am an adult. So yeah, so I think at this point I'm just staying here for the summer, which will mean it'll be boring, but you never know. There's lots of stuff I can do. I might start trying to make friends and stuff. I don't know. It's just, it is what it is. It's still January. I still have time to figure out. I don't really have to make a decision until February by the earliest, so I might hold off until then. But it is what it is. So I am going to, and these vlogs will pretty much just stay like this level. Unless something crazy happens, unless you guys want to see something. If you guys have any suggestions for stuff you want me to talk about or stuff you would like me to try to do in the vlog, you can always drop them down in the comments below. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about or do or something like that. I am open to suggestions because I really have no clue what I am doing, and this is like my 3rd year of vlogging like this or trying to vlog like this, so I have no clue what I am doing. Just so you know. If you don't know that already, now you do. I have absolutely no clue what I am doing. Sorry. But I have fun while I'm doing it. So I'm going to get going for the week. I have some writing I need to do. I am hammering out the Citadel arc. I thought it was funny. I had a reviewer leave a review on my last chapter saying, oh, please do. She was like so excited. She couldn't wait. And then she remembered the next arc I would be covering would be the Citadel arc. And oh my gosh, please don't kill Echo. For those of you who don't know, Echo is a really popular clone from Clone Wars who tragically, he was thought to have been killed, and then they discovered he was alive, but he had been tortured and turned into a cyborg. So he is like one of the best loved clones on Clone Wars. He is super sweet, adorable. Like his partner in crime was a clone called Fives, and I literally just call them clone twins because I very rarely, until the Citadel arc, had like never saw Fives without Echo. Like the pair of them were always together. I'm like, oh, they're twins. So I think I can spoil a little bit here if you read my fan fiction. Yes, Echo is going to live. I love Echo way too much to even send him to the Citadel. So Echo is going to be alive and well because I love that guy way, way, way too much. And he's not even real. See, this is my thought. So I gotta get going so I can get writing. And then there's my laptop. Ah! It's somewhere behind me, trust me. There it is. So I'm gonna get writing. I'm going to watch a couple of Gardner Quad Squad videos. I'm watching their Disneyland trip from 2017 because they announced that they're taking the girls there this year. So they are uber lucky. I am uber disappointed to learn that Disneyland jacked up their prices. So I'm super worried what Disney World is going to do. Because still one of my lifelong dreams is to go and spend like 5 days at Disney World. Especially since they're opening up Galaxy's Edge. So if anybody who works at Disney knows a way I could like get to Galaxy's Edge, that would be great. Because I am like literally the definition of broke. Okay, I just spent like $62 on a marathon that maybe I probably shouldn't have spent, but I am like seriously pretty much in today's definition. I am broke ski. So, but I will never give up. I will never give up on going to Disneyland. I will never ever give up on Disneyland. I mean Disney World. Because if I go to Disneyland, I'd have to fly, and I have never flown, and I'm terrified of planes. Hi. So, I need to get going. I really do, because it is almost 3:30, and I have not written at all today. So, I'm going to get going. You guys, stay safe, stay sane. I'm going to edit this tomorrow and maybe do a little bit of a video, but this will be posted on Sunday. So, stay safe, stay sane, like I said. I'm sending you all lots of love, hugs, and prayers, and let's make 2019 our best year ever. Bye, guys.